suggestions for setting rules for your teen?
One way to look at child rearing is one long journey of socialization, which means helping children take the controls from the outside and internalizing them for their own self-government. So every child is different. You can see a 12-year-old who's capable of independent travel on city buses to go to his flute lesson, and then he can come home, and even without parents there, he can get through his homework and maybe start his chores. And then you can see a 16-year-old who couldn't handle that much independence at all. He'd come home and have a pot party and certainly enjoy his gaming and never do his homework. So children need different rules depending on their temperament, their age and maturity, and their track record. So we take all those parameters, if you will, and decide what is in the interest of our child for having rules. Rules are like like guardrails or a fence post that we pull in or we expand depending on what the child needs to develop competencies. Because we want independence, we also want support and protection. So it's, always juggling those things. We want to pull it in if we need to supervise more closely, or we want to expand it so they can develop more autonomy. So rules are very important, whether it's about curfew, it's about homework, it's about electronic control, and we base that on the capability we see in that individual child as to what they can handle. We always want it moving to more and more independence because that's the way they develop skills. With different kids, different kinds of temperaments, we sometimes need to pull that in to supervise more closely. But routines are one of our best friends as parents and as elders bringing up the youth because by having those guardrails, they can be protected as they sort of move forward and develop these skills. I think one of the most common things I'm consulted about these days is electronics and social networking because so many parents let their kids go in their room with their laptops and the kids say, just trust me, I'm handling it. And with all of that novelty, with all of that dopamine rich, the pleasure chemical that's released in response to the goodies on online activities, it's unrealistic sometimes to think that they can handle that much independence. So I'm seeing parents realize that they need a lot more rules around internet, even when the kids are in high school.